So any three things about the book that actually you found relatable and you found that okay, you can adapt it in your daily life. Any three good points from the book. So let's discuss something else. Tell me about the latest movie that you watched or latest book that you read. Anything.
Okay, latest book.
Hmm.
What is the name of book? I forgot. And latest movie. I haven't seen any movie from last
Hmm.
2 years. I think. Yeah.
2 years. Okay,
Yeah, 2 years.
that's a long time.
Yeah, like I have all only whenever new movies come, I just see it's a story on YouTube, so I can relate about all the situations. Okay, just I have to understand the story. I do not invest my whole time to watching movies
Okay.
because I know
Okay.
there will be two actor actress and role will be played. So I'm interested in the story of the movie, not in that scenes or watching everything, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and I have read book, recently not read, but I always keep listening to audiobooks. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe every day I keep listening to, yeah, recently Atomic Habit is the name of one book. Okay. Somebody
Mm-hmm.
suggested me to just,
Mm-hmm.
to listen to it. I listened that audiobook. Yeah, just it is about how to improve our daily activity life and how to be active, more active in our lives.
Okay. Okay. So any three things about the book that actually you found relatable and you found that okay, you can adapt it in your daily life. Any three good points from the book.
No, I think I have always been following those 3 points, like from last 10, 12 years. Like
Like what are those?
uh, be different than other, like everybody doesn't, wake up early in the morning. So wake up early in the morning, sleep early,
Hmm.
like try to make a friendship with good people, people who
Hmm.
have a mind like yours. So
Hmm.
these are few takeaway points, but simple points just. But these are not simple points. Yeah, these points are really
Hmm.
beautiful, which makes our life
Yeah.
improved.
Anything which was like completely unique to the book, any idea or any like habit that they talked about in the Atomic Habits. I have not read the
No,
book, but yeah.
nothing unique. Like, yeah, if you want to change any sort of habit, then you have to just give up it for 21 days, uh, which is written.
Hmm.
And
The
on
usual stuff.
yeah, on
Hmm.
the other hand, if you wanna make anything habitual, then you have to give 21 days once again. So
21 days.
after
Yeah.
21 days,
Consistency.
like you will be habituated to it.
Yeah. So there was nothing new in the book that you already didn't know. Hmm?
No, there was nothing new because I have
So
read
so you
lots of book in past, and somehow that was relating those books. Okay, so nothing was
yeah.
new.
So
But
yeah.
sometimes
So
I read book to just refresh those points that I have read
yeah, of
in
course,
different
of
books
course.
in past, to refresh those
Right.
points.
Yeah, and I also feel that whenever, for example, if we've read a book today, right, and we've understood all the points, or, like we've grasped whatever knowledge it had to give. But again, if after 2 years or 3 years we again pick up the book and read it, the perspective changes according to the phase we are at, in our life. And somehow all the things start appealing to us even more. Some things we start understanding in a more better way, right? Does it happen with you?
Yes, of course, I completely agree with you. It happens because 2 years back I was different kind of person. Like I had not
Hmm.
experienced so much thing in my life,
So
but
many
now
things.
within these
Yeah.
2 years I have experienced new things. And once again, if I'm listening to the books now, this book is more relatable to my situation, so I grab few
Exactly.
more points. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think books are, so I read it somewhere that never trust a person who has a list of like the list of movies that he has watched or she has watched is longer than the number of books that they've read. Because I think okay, movies are great, but books are more amazing, because especially with fiction books, I feel that if you see the movie, then it's an interpretation of the director, right? But if we're reading a story, like a fiction book ourselves, we imagine the characters and the situations our own selves, right? And it's based on completely our imagination, and it's completely new to us. It's very beautiful in its own way, right? Do you agree?
Yes, I agree. I agree because reading books make us more creative, more conscious. At the
Exactly.
same time, we are trying to apply our own imagination. We are conceiving
Hmm.
things that how things would happen if we just you talked
Hmm.
about the friction books. So we don't have directors who have directed everything and
Exactly.
we are watching his direction.
Hmm.
Here,
Hmm.
our
Hmm.
own mind is playing direction that what
Yeah.
could be the situation, how
Right.
imagination. So yes, when we
Hmm.
are
Hmm.
conceiving things, it means we are somehow making ourselves more creative. So reading books not only improves our knowledge, but also creativity, more than creativity, consciousness. And
Hmm.
one sort of if you are reading books, it means your
Hmm. Yeah.
meditativeness is also
Meditating.
increasing. Yeah, you are becoming
Yeah.
meditative at
Yeah.
the same time.
Definitely. 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 And I also think that when we read books, our attention span increases. Like, because in this era of social media, everything is like available at a touch, like just in a click, right? Even the reels have become shorter, like 30 seconds, 15 seconds, right? So the attention span is decreasing day by day of the generation,
Mhm.
right? But because of books, our attention span increases. We give ourselves like a dopamine void, you can say, because when we read a book, we don't get instant dopamine, right? Dopamine, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Like right now, if you look at the biggest problem with this generation is that like they don't have a larger span of attention. They just
Hmm.
got
Exactly.
distracted at very small things.
Hmm.
But if you go back and look at our grandfather, father, even at
Hmm.
our father, then they are okay with small nuances.
Yeah,
But we
yeah,
got mad at a small thing. That is
yeah,
problem. And
yeah.
especially if you look at just there is a difference between my and my cousins, like 10 years
Hmm.
difference. And if I look at their situation and mine, there is huge difference.
Hmm.
There is huge
Hmm.
difference. Why? Because they are growing up in internet era, and like
Right.
I grew up just that on those days, social media was not that much famous. I
Hmm.
was using
Hmm. Hmm.
Facebook, not I wouldn't have
Right.
internet to use it. Just I had a account. I
Oh.
used to get Wi-Fi somewhere. I used to fetch up internet from someone to just open that
Right.
Facebook for a while.
I think the session is almost about to end.